Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to the Banff Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Lafferty, and this is episode 3 or 4, I forget which,
It's
of Valor
3.
Knights. 3? Okay, because 3 didn't happen last time. This is of Valor Knights, the Electric Cube War. And here in our share screen, you will see Champions of the Electric Cube War, the game book we just released, featuring our characters as well as some of the antagonists we've been fighting, and some of the ones we'll be fighting in this game session today. And I wanted to bring this up to point it out because these Gestalt rules might be awfully important.
Ooh, interesting.
Stuff to remember. The mechanics will be important. Big target. Whenever you're attacking one of these, you are at an advantage, which means you roll 2d6, 2d20, and you take the highest dice. That'll be important. They always have advantage on all checks involving strength and intimidation, and they do 1d12 attack damage, which is +2 with their big plasma sword. So that might be very important. And if you check the show notes, when this is live on, well, it's live on YouTube now, but I'm going to have a discount link for all our Banff viewers. So get this for just $1 as opposed to the usual incredibly high price of $1.50. So, it pays to be a viewer at Banff. So,
how many pages? Look at that Omega Z artwork.
Isn't that great? How many pages is this? I think we're 13 if you count the licensing page, but whoever does. So
that sounds like a deal at twice the price.
Yeah. Hey, look at this guy.
Look at that artwork.
He is made of a bunch of other dragon robots who form a bigger robot, almost like
a Gestalt.
A Gestalt with a bunch of little things from a big thing. It's it all comes back around. All right, foreshadowing is a sign of quality in literature. All right, moving right along. So we need to review for our viewers who've probably forgotten, and our players who I'm sure have forgotten as well, what happened last time. So let us pull up the map. And you guys were summoned after a disturbance at the local zoo, which was a distraction to keep you from coming here and reacting more quickly to what was happening at Ares Weapons Labs. And boom. You found some chaos lords who were mind controlling various scientists and construction workers over between the building 16 17 to make electro cubes for them. Not energon cubes, electro cubes. And you're over here in the parking lot. You guys fought and defeated several chaos lords. Now, as this game opens up, does anyone else want to do the summary? Or should I keep on?
Victor Alpha was charging his way towards the parking lot to face Omega Z. Meanwhile, the head of one of the Velocicons in Nitro Strike's car was starting to beep.
Nitro Strike needed 3 more successful hacking tests to get past the encryption on the Stargate's control terminal. And inside the Tachyon facility, there's a weird, freaky Stargate being opened up to Tectrillion, which is the shifter homeworld. As we open flyers in the parking lot with Victor Alpha and Mega Hitch facing down Omega Z, who's taken a lot of damage, Ultra Bomber, and Tombstone. So, does that make sense to everybody? Everybody have a good idea what's going on?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then because this is a visual medium, let's just share what everyone looks like real fast. For the benefit of our, our viewers. We have viewers, right?
I hope so.
Okay. Here is Omega Z. He's the big bad guy. He is our analog for Megatron, and you guys beat the snot out of him last time. So Tombstone showed up and healed him and threw a force field on him. Here is we haven't introduced him yet. Who's that? This is Tombstone. And I don't have art.
The hearse.
Yeah, the firm is a hearse. Here is the B1 Bomber, who is Ultra Bomber, who's another Chaos Lord warrior class, who's bugging you guys there. Let's see. And here you guys are here. Let me get that. And we're going to be having a new edition today. And how do you want to arrive, Brandon?
With awesome music.
Explosions in the background, an unnecessary ramp that gets me a lot of air, and then slow motion into a freeze frame as we get a Dukes of Hazzard voiceover.
Can't you
I'm
just
sorry,
hear
was
the
that
Stan?
not the question that I was
Can't
supposed
you
to
just
answer?
hear the Stan Bush music?
Then Valor Knights in a heap of trouble.
Flying over the ramp, transforming from car to robot form.
And here is his vehicle. He is Redline. He is a support class ambulance. And here is Aid's character, Gearbox. Here is Walt's character, Flyer.
Why am I not surprised that's Walt's character?
Don't
Here's
judge.
Jacob's character, Alpha Vector. Victor Alpha. Here is the most recent art of Nitro Strike, Alice's character.
Leaping off things like she always does.
Here's the older art. And here's my guy who kind of hangs out in the background and waits to heal people. He is Mega Hitch. He's a tow truck who's also a robot.
Oh, see, Alice told me you guys didn't have a support. That's why I picked Redline.
So
No, you'll be much more useful than Mega Hitch will be.
I'm just there to heal people. Like I said,
And you probably don't speak like Larry the Cable Guy either.
I don't actually do that. I thought about it, but I chose not to. So, all right. So initiative and Valor Knights from Bloat Games. Roll D6 and add your Dex bonus. I've got 7. What do you guys have?
7.
Jacob has 3. Alice, what you got?
4.
What do you have, Walt?
6.
Okay, so me and Jacob go first. That's
Well, I got a 3. I got low.
I'm not an artist. You can't confuse me with the artist team.
Sorry. Me and Brandon go at 7.
Oh wait, it's what do you call it? It's initiative plus Dex, right?
Yes, D6 plus Dex.
Oh, I got a 10 then.
Oh, Walt.
Wow.
Okay. And Jacob, you had Alice, you had 4.
I have 4.
Okay, and Jacob has 3. 8. How about you?
6.
Okay. All right, so it goes Walt, Mike, and Brandon, and then Aid. So, is everyone clear in the tactical situation?
Yes.
Not a whole lot, but I'm going to be figuring it out. Sounds like there's bad guys that I'm being sent to help you guys against.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, there are. And last we left, I was on a rooftop, jumping off a rooftop.
We're not
Seems to be
surprised.
common with my character.
Okay, Walt, it is your turn, sir.
I'm going to try and beat up on, or continue to beat up on Omega Zed.
Okay, he Tombstone just put a force field on him at the end of last session, so
And healed him up too, right?
healed him up like 6 points. He's about to 28 now.
Oh yeah, we need to do something about that.
He's got a 10 HD force field around him though. So
Ooh, yeah, that's tough. Is he near anything like a building or anything?
he is just there in the parking lot. I mean, there's the ruin of the Burger She Wrote food truck. And there's lots of buildings, as you can see, in the immediate area. So,
All right. From what I know of force fields, because I can generate a force field as well.
mhm.
Oh no! What was so funny? I didn't do it. Is he
Jacob's
grabbing
doing it.
Transformers?
No.
So from what I can, that's just weird. From what I know of force fields, if I tackled him, would I hit the shield, or could I actually like get through the shield and hit him?
Mechanically, how it works is the force field effectively just gives him 10 more hit points. It's like a big mass heal all at once. Is kind of how we're treating it. Or if he was a full HP, it would be like
All right, I'm gonna try and tackle his ass into a building.
Okay, all right. You'll be tackling him and his force field, which let's just say it's tightly wrapped around his body, like he was in that old David Lynch Dune movie.
Gotcha. Is he as blocky and 8-bit?
The slow blade penetrates the shield. Yes.
All right. What's his evade? What I gotta try and hit?
What is his evade? Let me get down to him real fast. Omega Z, evade is 17.
God. Yeah, I don't get that. So he bats me aside.
You can spend a luck and roll again.
No, I'm going to hold off. At least I'll be behind him.
All right, cool. So next up in initiative, we have... That would be me and Brandon. I will let Brandon go first because I got like 5 guys.
Okay. Can I hear Tombstone's putting up a force field. As I screech onto the scene, can I drive into him and just kind of knock him back to try and disrupt that force field?
It went on at the end of last game, so you'd have to time travel. Can you time travel?
Well, I could still try and run him over to stop it.
I will let you make a dex check with a difficulty of 25.
25?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen as far as I understand, because I get 21 if it's d20 plus my dex. So if I cannot ram him, what can I do to attack?
You have... let's see, what can you do to attack? You have...
Because whether it's disrupting him or not, that was the goal of it. Is the intention is to hope to disrupt his force field, whether that happens. But mainly, he's the guy that seems to be protecting the big bad guy.
Okay, you can do 1d6 melee damage, or you can do 1d6 plus 1 range damage.
There we go. I'm going to try that 1d6 melee damage in the form of trying to slam into him as I'm transforming onto the scene.
Okay. All right.
Do we transform, or do we, modify, or is there a different verb that we use?
We shift.
We shift. As I come onto the scene and shift into a tackle as I ram him.
The rule is you have to make the noise when you shift.
Is that a similar noise to a popular TV show for children in the 80s, or is it a different one?
It may be. All right.
I've got a big failure because I only rolled a 6 on my die.
Oh, okay. Every roll is d20 plus d6.
Yes, but it's a 2, so I ignore the d6, right?
Yeah. So you just rolled a 6 on your d20.
Yep.
Okay. You can spend a luck point, and you should have 11 of them, and reroll if you want.
Sure. Do I reroll both dice?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, that one's much better. It's 14. What am I adding to the 14?
If it's a melee attack, you add your strength. If it's a ranged attack, you add your dex.
15 then.
All right, his evade is only 14. So
sweet. I got a 2 on the d6, so that's an ignore again.
Yep, that's an ignore again. And your damage is you were shooting him.
5. I'm running into him.
Oh,
as I come in and shift, I'm trying to tackle him to hold him down and disrupt the force field, even if that might not happen.
Okay. Well, okay. So your damage is always 1d6.
5.
And you rolled a 5?
Yep.
Okay, and what's your strength bonus? 2?
1.
1, so you did a total of 6?
Yes.
So he gets knocked over, and he is down to 30 HP. And he kind of makes an awkward grunt noise and kind of keels over, but he gets the force field up.
Difference between you and me, Tombstone. You try and take them away after they're dead. I want to keep them alive.
Damn, that is some snappy banter. All right. Take a luck point for that.
Woohoo! Back to 11.
All right. So now I get to go. And
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry. And Tombstone looks up at you, whips out his blaster pistol. And what's your evade? 14?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. He's going to spend... Oh, shoot. I'm going to spend some luck and re-roll that. Oh! God damn it. All right, help me out here, guys. On the D20, I rolled a 20. On the D6, I rolled a 1.
Damn.
Ooh. It means it hits, but something bad also happens.
Yes, you do hit me critically, but you can't wipe that smug look off my face.
But I will also point out he can't attack while maintaining the force field.
Oh, I thought it was only while generating the force field he can't attack.
No, it's in the rules. You can't attack while maintaining the force field.
Damn, look at you, Marcus Welby, rules lawyer. Okay. all
Sweet!
right.
I got my job done. Walt,
You
the
got
field's
your job
down.
That's what his one is then. His one is that he forgets that and his force field drops.
That is actually an appropriate hindrance, and the rule book says to work out with your players what the hindrance is going to be on situations like this. So, hey, there we go. Let's see. You take 6 hit points of damage. Remember to subtract your armor points first.
All right, now I see that I have armor and I have armor with shield.
Now,
So,
if you haven't said that I'm generating an ion shield, then you don't have that shield yet.
okay, awesome. That's what that is. Thank you much.
Sure. All right, cool. Okay, so now Omega Z doesn't have a force field anymore, so he's not loving that. So, D8s. So I got 7 D8s. Gearbox, you were running for the Tachyon building to try and defeat the Stargate at the hardware level, right? Does this ring any bells?
Aid.
Head nodding to you.
Sorry, I completely zoned out for a second. Yes, that would be me. I'm doing that. That exact thing.
Hi, Aid. Good morning.
Okay, do you still want to do that, or do you want to go back in the parking lot where you can fight these
I
guys?
will go and help Alice out with the actual machinery thing. Yeah.
All right. So as far as people who are targets in the parking lot, I have Flyer, I've got Redline, I've got Mega Hitch, and is that it? Oh,
I
Vector
believe that is
Alpha.
currently it. Victor Alpha hasn't arrived yet.
So he's arriving next turn.
Yep.
Why don't we just say you're there now, just for sake of drama?
Okay.
You
All right,
could have
you're there now.
arrived at the same time I did. You could have been in that same cool, unnecessary ramp, slow motion explosions behind us for no reason.
Indeed.
Shot.
I love it. Very 1980s.
Fair enough. That works. Okay. So I'm going to be shooting you and Walt and myself. So
Stop
Everybody-
shooting yourself.
I can't. It's the curse of being a GMPC. You have to shoot yourself. Okay. So how does that work? Rally the troops? Let's take a look again. How does that work? Well, lead by example.
For example, you can split the dice however you want.
Mm-hmm. Make an attack roll for each target. If you hit, roll the damage assigned to that target. Okay, so I've got 7d8, so I'm going to do 4d8 towards Vector Alpha, 3d8 for Vector Alpha, then 2 for Walt, and 2 for Mega Hitch. So Walt being Flyer. So let's roll for Vector Alpha. What's your evade?
17.
Ooh, god damn it, motherfucker. Okay.
There goes that not safe for work warning tag. On YouTube.
There's an explicit tag on this podcast. It's okay.
Oh, good.
It's actually a lot of trouble if you want to make content for kids on YouTube. It's a lot of trouble. So I just try to avoid it. And every once in a while, just say motherfucker. So I rolled a 17 modified with my dex. That would be a 19. So I'm going to hit you, but so what's an appropriate hindrance?
Well, maybe his gun could backfire on him, so he can't hit the others.
I'm good with that if you are.
Sure, I am willing to take the damage so that others do not.
Okay, we're rolling 48 then. 4, 6, total of 10 so far. 1, 11. Come on, big money, big money. 6, 17 altogether.
Okay. Yeah.
And then his gun jams, so in frustration, he manifests his plasma flail, and he'll be using that next turn. And that's Omega Zed's turn. Moving down to Ultra Bomber, who is in much better shape. Let's see. You know what? He's just going to manifest a plasma lance and attack Flyer. So we'll go with that. What's your evade, Flyer?
My evade is 16.
You're safe.
Is it appropriate for a military style, Doombot to just start like one of those?
Given that-
It's all appropriate. I dance to no music all the time. Ask Brandon. What is it?
Hey, Eric Bloat is watching us on YouTube. He says, "You got the touch, you got the power." Thank you, Eric. Eric's the guy who wrote this game we're playing. Nice to see you, sir.
Hello, Eric.
Hell yeah!
And in honor of Eric watching us, I was meaning to share this at the top of the show, but I forgot because I'm kind of a slacker. So,
Oh no, Mike's hitting the screen share.
I know it's awful.
Shift
Who are
formers.
these people?
I don't know.
Blatant ripoff.
It just seemed very similar to the game we were playing, so I thought I would just share it just for All right.
Yeah,
So,
never saw that show ever.
no, me neither. Okay. So all my guys have gone and moved down the initiative. After 7, I believe we're at 6, which is Aid. Aid, what would you like to do?
Okay, so what's the situation near where I am heading? Is there a guy there as well? Was you say there's a guy there as well, or has he been put out of commission?
I took out the pink motorcycle last session.
But that's the guy that was there last time. Okay, right.
Yeah, you were heading towards the Tachyon building, which is building 27, because they constructed a crude Stargate. So you were here. You're going to be inside there next turn.
Okay.
And that's so you're kind of on this grassy part here. If you want to stop and turn around and shoot somebody, you can do that.
That's just what I was going to say. Can I see if I see someone shoot? I will blast them from the back. Okay.
Yeah, you're in definite blaster range. So who you want to shoot?
Sugar biscuits. Who's anyone not been attacked at this current point in time?
Ultra Bomber looks like he's in decent shape.
That'll do. I'll give him a niggle. But probably not with an 11. So I shoot an 11.
All right. What's is that modified with your dex bonus?
Good point. I think my dex is only +1 though. Yes, it is. So it's a 12.
His evade's 14. You want to spend a luck and reroll?
I will spend a luck and reroll.
All right.
And that's even worse. That was a 3. So
Okay.
complete miss.
All right. Well, he now stops from attacking Walt and looks around to look at you. So
Okay.
that happened. All right.
This is a target-rich environment.
Indeed it is. All right. So Alice, you're at 4. It's you. There is a beeping robotic velociraptor head in your passenger compartment. And you need 3 more successful hacking attempts if you're going to defeat the Stargate's encryption, so you can start trying to hack it.
Yeah, I was still on my way towards that Stargate, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. So I'm typing into my little keyboard or, on my deck as I'm flying through the air over to the next building. I'm going to try and roll myself as I'm flying and jettison the head out of my passenger seat window right now. I don't want to deal with these.
Is that kind of like Binge and Purge?
Yeah, something like that. But I'm rolling through the air. My window is rolling down. I'm going to let the head fall out as I'm rolling through the air, flying through the air, typing and jumping onto the next rooftop.
That's a lot going on.
As I also hear the clattering out of some of my spray cans.
Okay. Why don't you give me a core attribute check on that with the difficulty of, what do you think, 15 or 20 for this?
That's up to you.
That's a lot going on at once,
I jump
Alice.
around a lot, so it doesn't seem like super hard for me anymore.
On the other hand, you are just rolling sideways, so a big robot head can fall out of your passenger compartment. So let's make it 15, which is moderate difficulty.
17 is what I rolled on the die with a 2 on the D6. So.
Okay, so you managed to roll your window down and chuck the velociraptor head out. The immediate effect everyone notices is that now everyone can hear the very, very loud beeping coming from that, and it seems to be glowing and radiating some kind of very bright light.
Oh dear!
And it doesn't actually hit the ground when it falls. It kind of hovers about 3.5 inches off the ground.
Oh dear. Okay.
So that's what
This is
happens.
why we can't have nice things.
You should ask Mega Hitch to give you some ejector seats for the future.
Either that, or he could use his hitch hook to lasso or grab the head and kind of sling that away from, I don't know, a heavily populated facility.
I would consider doing that, but my turn was back on initiative 7, so it would be unfair to go back. So, Jacob, it's your turn on 3.
I need some upgrades.
Well, we
Victor
can talk
Alpha
about that.
is going to shift and kick the head right at Omega Z.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You're gonna kick the head.
I'm
Awesome.
going to kick the head right at Omega Z.
Okay. The head's a small target. I'll say it has an evade of 15.
Okay.
Feel free.
And a D6. All right. Natural 20 and a 5. So that's a 24.
Yikes. Okay. Well. Cool. The head explodes very softly, and
It explodes softly.
Well, you expect it to be like boom, but it's more like boom. And you take D6 from the explosion on your foot, and there is a huge energy wave that gets released and kind of bathes everyone in a crimson light for just a second. And who is monitoring the Stargate right now? Is it Alice and Aid, or Nitro Strike and Gearbox, or just?
Can we use those two words together?
Sorry.
Can we use those two words together, star and gate?
There's no one from
Stargate
MGM.
TV show is what he's referencing.
Is he really? I did not catch that. Thank you very much for explaining that. I was lost.
What did they used to call it in Shape Formers? Wasn't it like a star bridge or something
Space
like that?
bridge.
Yeah, we could have a star bridge.
It's a stellar door.
Yes.
And yes, I am monitoring the gate because I have. Oh, you didn't have me roll my third hacking check as I was going. So let me do my.
Well, you couldn't. You were doing another check. You can only do like one check per turn, right?
Sure thing.
Okay. With the energy that it absorbed from that freaky blowing up dinosaur head, you notice that whatever it's doing much faster now. Okay. And that's everyone's turn. Back to you, Walt.
Oh, I'm gonna continue to pound on the big dude. Because, shield's down. Brother Brandon did his job.
Oh, yeah.
Would that be strength or dexterity? Well,
Are you shooting him or hitting him?
I'm going to shoot him.
Then that's
so that's dex. So that is an 18.
Yeah, his evade 17, so you definitely hit him.
Oh, no, because it's +4 ranged, right? Or is that damage? That to hit or damage for the blaster rifle? It says +4 ranged, 1d10 +4. Oh, that's for damage. All right, yeah, that's fine.
So +4 ranged would be on the d20, and then 1d10 +4 would be on the damage, I think.
Okay, so then that's an 18. I'm sorry, that's a 22 then. And then damage is 13.
13. Okay, so -4, 9. So he is down to. Yikes! He's down to 19. I gotta build tougher bad guys. You guys are just rolling through this dude. It's not even funny. So, okay. Omega Z glares at you as you shoot them all. Describe it to me in a comedic and dramatic fashion.
I let out a burst of my my pew pew powered 50 cal. Mm-hmm. One of the rounds shoots him in the knee. He falls and takes the next one right across the face.
Nice. And he's glaring at you.
Oh yeah, you glare. You go ahead.
Yeah, he's manifested his plasma weapon. He's coming for you. So, all right,
bring it for a loop.
Turn. And let's see. After Walt is Mike and Brendan. Brendan, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna say, Tombstone. People say you should never laugh when a hearse goes by, but you're such a sad shifter. No, everybody can't help but laugh at you. And I'm gonna throw a shield up on Walt.
Okay, that's you can't attack while you put a shield up, but that's cool.
Yep.
That's what you want to do. All right, cool. Okay then. After antagonizing the guy and not attacking him, what's your evade?
14.
He's rolling some luck on this one. All right, so give me an appropriate hindrance for a 1 on a 1.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He throws his scythe over to Jacob.
Or maybe his battery comes loose.
All right, so he already had his blaster out, so he's going to
Has-
shoot you.
Has a mental breakdown at my harsh words towards him.
That seems a bit much for just a critical fail. All right, he's going to shoot you because he already has pistol out last turn, and not only does he miss, he drops his weapon and accidentally kicks it over in your direction. So you could potentially be two-fisting it next turn. So that's what Tombstone does. Next up is Ultra Bomber, and he perceives Flyer as the biggest threat to his leader right now, so he's going to be attacking you. What is your evade again?
16.
All right, he just hits you. And he's going with the plasma melee weapon, which is 1d10 plus 2 damage.
Filthy no good so-and-so.
So that's 10.
So
Ouch.
the force field is down.
But
One takes nothing.
Yep.
Well, he's not just a support droid. He's a local advocate for you. All right.
You're safe.
He's advocating for veteran rights.
Advocating for veteran rights. Very good. All right, now it's Omega Zed, who, let's see, he's going to go after Walt first. And he got you, and that's going to be 48.
I can only do so much.
3, 2, 1, 2. So a total of 8.
I scoff in your general direction.
So
Right
what's
after I shoot you in the face again.
what's your HP at there, Flyer?
I have 33, but hold on. I was down to 27. And then I have 4 armor points.
So out of this 8, you took 4.
So 23 now?
23.
All right, so you're still doing okay. All right. And okay, so that was Tombstone, Omega Zed, Omega Bomber. Wait, what's that noise? Did you guys hear that? You heard that over there at the Tachyon building? Good Lord, something's tearing the roof off of that thing. What could it be? What could it be?
What could it be?
Anybody have a guess?
A Gestalt.
What? That would be so predictable.
Is it Tiamat?
Is it? Looks like that stellar doorway to Tertullian got opened, and this 60-foot tall Gestalt shifter steps through. And Flyer, he's not pleased with you being up on his daddy.
Oh, you know the old saying. The bigger they are, the harder they hit. Oh, crap.
Okay, so he's spending this turn walking over to you guys, and that's the end of my turn.
Crushing buildings and such as he's leaving them.
So if Victor Alpha, stands on our shoulders and then, holds on to Aid and Alice's characters, like clubs, that'll be
No.
a Gestalt for us, right?
Come on, get a flail, grab Mega Hitch by the hitch, and start swinging him around.
Yeah, there we go. That'll be our Gestalt.
Okay, so Aid, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so the bridge is now no longer a priority, I'd assume, if we've already got an arrival from it. Or are we expecting more?
It would probably be good to verify that. It seems if they're planning on bringing troops in from Tertullian, maybe this is just the vanguard and there's more
Then
coming.
I will continue onwards inside the building and try and deactivate using my toolkit.
Okay, you can find the stellar doorway, and you think it will take you 3 successful intelligence checks using your tools at against a difficulty of 15 to shut this down.
Okay, so it's D20 plus one. Oh, yeah.
Does my hacking, since I've been hacking at it for a while,
Yes.
is that going to make the DC easier on him?
I tell you what, you guys can combine your checks now that he's actually there and working on it. If your hacking checks can
Okay.
count towards the accumulated 3 checks, so 3 successful checks that are needed to shut this down.
Awesome.
How about that? Okay.
Thank
so
you.
are you making a check now, Wade?
I am making a check. Unfortunately, it's an incredibly crappy check. Okay. That was almost a super crappy check. Okay, so I've got a 4. So sparks and stuff flying everywhere as I try and do this thing, but nothing happens. But I only rolled a 3 on the d6, so I haven't
Okay.
absolutely screwed it over, but not done a great job.
All right. Do you want to roll again, or maybe get some luck from Nitro Strike to try again?
I will use a luck point again. So my second luck point for today. This time I've got a 16.
Okay. So you got one successful. You can see legions of Chaos Lords just massing there beyond the stellar doorway, but none of them have actually breached it yet. So you still got some time to keep the invasion force from coming through. So, all right, cool. Going down the row of initiative, that brings us to Alice at 4. Alice, what would you like to do?
Continue hacking.
Okay, it's going to be a level 15 check. Go for it. Hello?
Who are you calling?
Who, sir?
Oops, sorry. I got a 15, yes. I hit the 15 on the dot. Modified.
All right, you guys are only one successful check away from closing this down, and the leering and enraged faces of the Chaos Lords are coming ever nearer to that shimmering portal substance in the stellar doorway. So, none too soon.
Oops, no, I'm sorry. I need to spend a luck. I thought I had a +2. I only have a +1. So let me spend a luck and try again. I need to spend. Can we spend a second luck?
No, only one per roll.
Okay, I failed then. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I failed my hack check.
Well, maybe next time. Okay, moving right along, we are down to Jacob. Jacob, what are you doing?
All right. Having come into the area, Victor Alpha is going to target Omega Z and Ultra Bomber. Tombstone. And since they seem to be ganging up on Flyer, summoning your troops to this world will not save you, Omega. And he will open fire.
That's very just salty.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Just to be clear, that's the guy you're not shooting. Why shoot those other two guys over there in the parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Making sure. So
right.
you're going for Ultra Bomber and Omega Z. Omega Z's evade is 17.
All right, I get an 18 on the die for a total of 20 and a 6 on the d6.
Oh, shoot. Okay, what's an appropriate benefit?
Well, I'm certainly going to deal the 48 damage to him. Which only does 15 points of damage.
Okay, fair. What kind of benefit? Do you want to have your next roll against him be an advantage, or what do you think?
I would like for Omega Z to be staggered from that, so that Flyer has advantage on his next attack roll to hit him.
Okay, Flyer, make sure you remember that, and I'm good with it.
And otherwise, my next attack will go at
Ultra Bomber.
Ultra Bomber.
Evade of 14.
That's probably not going to hit. Nope. That's only I roll a total of 4 and a 1 on the d6.
Okay, what's a good hindrance here?
I'll leave myself open to his next attack.
Okay, so he's got an advantage on you next time?
If he attacks me.
All right, cool. Were those your only 2 targets? Did you want to go for Tombstone as well?
No, that's just who I divided my dice against.
Okay, cool. And that is the last turn. Okay, so let me think. So Omega Z is almost down and out at this point. So, my inclination, seeing that we have 5 minutes left in today's session, is to have Tiamat grab him and fly away, trying to evade you guys. What do you think?
Save his daddy. He can even cry out lollipop as he grabs him.
All right, so that's
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Either that, or you have Tombstone kill Omega Zed, saying, "Now I'm the leader of the Chaos Lords."
Master Blaster of Run Barter Town. Okay, so Tiamat was going to bring all kinds of pain to you guys, but he really wants to defend his command structure, so he goes and grabs Omega Zed in his arms and flies off into the wide open blue sky. And Tombstone and Ultra Bomber fly with him. And next session, you guys can chase him down if you want, or we can do a time cut and you can deal with their next plan. Can we just go ahead and, since we're running out of time, say that Gearbox and Nitro Strike were able to stop the Stellar Doorway before armies of Chaos Lords came through?
Certainly.
I'm okay with that if you guys are. All right, cool.
I'd also like to add a little flair there with the fact that while Gearbox was working, I was trying to help him, and maybe one of my I'd say maybe one of my successful checks on helping him, I have a little spray can that interacted with the lightning and electricity and the heat of the force field, and it kind of exploded everywhere on the panel.
And this was helpful?
Yes,
Okay.
because it shorted it.
It was a helpful explosion, the best kind of explosion.
Yes, it was a helpful explosion. Come on,
All right,
spray
that's
cans
cool.
explode. So
all right, well, hey, thanks everyone for tuning
everywhere
in
now.
to our delayed third session of Valor Knights, and we'll be playing again hopefully next week. Alice, Jacob, Aid, Walt, Brandon, thanks for coming out, folks.
Thanks so much for having us, Mike.
Thank you.
And we will catch you all next time on the Bad Podcast. Valor Knights. Buy it. And check out the show notes. In a few hours, we'll have the discount link for Champions of the Electrocube War. All right. Check you guys later. Bye.